This is the story about how Necro Valley turned the Drytron world upside down. Hey, it's freshly showered Robbie. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on more excellent content. The energy's a little bit lower this time in the morning, but I needed to make sure that we got these deck lists filmed. So the first list you're seeing here on the screen, you're probably already checked out and have left because you're seeing Gravekeepers. But I want to say that this deck did in fact win a Win-A-Mat out of this weekend, which to many of you might be like, oh, well, he just needed to go, what is it, 3-0 to win a mat. And while I do kind of get some of that sentiment here, this deck played all Drytron, which means that when you're in your ballpark, you're in your ballpark. So Logan Jaya sent me this, and it's his Discord name for what I have here. He said, I played Necro Goon Turbo. And he said, I played against Drytron every round. And I'm like, I mean, when you have it, you have it. You see this little card right here? All Gravekeeper monsters gain 500 attack and defense, and cards in the graveyard cannot be banished and negate any card effect that would move a card in the graveyard to a different place. Well, what happens when the Drytrons want to attempt to revive themselves? No, that's not actually happening. So this deck is a little bit different than what you would really expect. You know, a lot of builds try to play Supernaturalist. Nah, we're not about that life. Run an entire new level of crazy. And I do like this extra deck. Like this extra deck down here, this is some spicy stuff. So what's our entire game plan? Dragoon plus Necro Valley. We tested some hands on stream, and we had Necro Valley 9 hands out of 10. All right, and it was literally all 9 hands were literally. Okay, so like here, I'll shuffle this and I'll show you. Look, we have Gravekeepers commanded to get to Necro Valley, wherever one is, and we open up the Red Eyes Insight to make the Dragoon. All right, cool. That's 1. Fusion plus Commandant. Necro Valley plus Dragoon. That's 2. All right. Fusion plus Extrav. Extrav actually draws us the Wyvern plus Necro Valley. Hey, guess what? Yeah, that's right. That's 3 hands so far. This one, we hit one where we didn't get it in the first 5. That's fine. Necro Valley plus Fusion. We did it. Ooh, that's a Royal... So that's an Extrav into a Strike and a Mystic Mine, and we have the Royal Tribute live. Alright, well, I haven't seen that one yet, but that's spicy. Look at that. Ooh, Extrav does not get us into the good card, but we do have the Metaverse to activate after the Fusion. So technically, that's a banger right there. And we have another banger right here. See, look at this. Man, this is so good. Yeah, I know Ash Blossom exists, and this is just theory. But, like, when your deck is that consistent on the 2 cards... Okay, so we didn't get it here, but that's fine. I'm not even mad about that hand. Insight plus Command It. Like, you're starting to see, like, how good these hands overall are. Right, so... we have Unga Bunga Turbo here. So we have triple copies of Gravekeepers Commandant. 1 copy of the Headman, so you can target a level 4 Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard, special summon in attack position, or face down defense position. This basically will extend back out our commandants. We're not trying to get too crazy with this. This alone is fine for the extending power. We have the 1 Wyvern because we are trying to fuel the Insight. This card is going to be our game plan. Well, you know the rest, to get to the Fusion. Then we have 1 Dark Magician, and of course, 1 Red Eyes. Nothing too explanatory about those. The singular Dark Ruler no more, 2 Droplets, 1 Mystic Mine, triple copies of Drytron, triple copies of Necro Valley Throne, triple copies of Extra, triple copies of Red Eyes Fusion, triple copies of Red Eyes Insight, triple copies of this. When you see this card, it's good. If you don't draw this card, well, there's not going to be really a lot that you can do about it, but it's still good. We have 1 Terraforming, triple copies of the Crackdown. Oh man, steal the opponent's Zoo Monster. Make Trident. We have 1 Metaverse, so we can activate Necro Valley. The Mystic Mine. And the triple Solemn Strike, and the triple copies of Torrential Tribute here. Then we have triple Verte. This comes up, by the way. I just want to ensure you that, we're not always going to have the hard insight into the Fusion. We have triple copies of the Nightmare Phoenix, 2 copies of Nightmare Cerberus, 2 copies of the Geonator Transverser, 1 Asa, 1 Dryden, and triple copies of the Dark Dragoon. Side deck here we have triple Droll Lockbird, triple copies of Inspector Border, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Dark Ruler no more, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping us up. Before the one person in the comments section goes, well, golly gee willikers, Batman, if you're playing all of these Dark Magician support cards with the Red Eyes Fusion and the Insight, shouldn't you be playing an additional copy of Dark Magician and Red Eyes to help you make a second Dragoon? No, not at all. I want more bricks in my deck, alright? You out the first Dragoon. GG, I scoop. Like, that's how this works, alright? Like, there's nothing. We're soft locking and we're going for game. Like, this strategy is as unga bunga gorilla as it gets, alright? You know play, I Dragoon you. Yay. Easy Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, next up, we have the Eldlich Striker list. And this bad boy right here is the one that got 3rd place. Alright, and I do want to give a shout out to his YouTube channel, Mr. Jellybeans Man. I'll leave a link down below to his version of the video. He does a lot of good editing on it. I think that you guys should really hear his opinion on his list. But we're going to talk about my opinion on this for now. So, Striker Eldlich is something that I kind of saw in the OCG. I'm not trying to discredit him or anything. I'm like, he probably came up with this on his own because the OCG has Engage. Alright, so entirely different ballgame. So the Golden Lord in this aspect gives you access to, well, you guys know that the traps are probably the best dang thing about this deck. And it gives you access to a nice little consistency package. Alright? You can also link out with the Dragoon, or link out with Mr. Golden Lord here. You can produce, you know, Zeke through means like that. You also can make Fat Luster Soldier here and laugh at your opponent. Alright, now with that being in mind, though, we are not playing Rose in this deck. Rose, I kind of feel like detours a little bit from the deck strategy, but that's not without saying that, well, you're not going to need it. Alright, so 2 copies of the Golden Lord himself and triple copies of Ray. That being said, though, you do not need any hand traps, alright? Your deck will take care of everything for you. Don't worry about it, alright? We have 1 copy called by the grave because I hate hand traps. And this is where the spice comes into play. So, one of the cool things with Sky Striker back in the day was what? Your ability to card demise, get some free real estate turn 1. It was a pretty cool thing. Well, what happens when we bring it all back? And, bring it all back to 0. I had to make my Fate reference where I could. Alright, so draw power. I don't think a lot of people have considered this. This Mad Lad really spinned this on the table for a lot of players. A lot of players looking at this going, huh, alright. We have triple copies of the Cursed Eldland because searching for any of our utility cards is absolutely bonkers. Hey, this card puts a spell card in the graveyard. Hey, this card puts a trap card in the graveyard. Hey, it's also a spell that puts a trap in the graveyard for us to accelerate. Well, that's pretty goddamn good. Triple copies of Droplets, enough said. Rhoda, only 2 copies of Yield Field Spell. 1 Afterburners. 2 Ripple copies of Shark Cannon. I found this particularly interesting, but I understand why we're doing it. It's basically fodder for us to link up quicker. I mean, that's on the double side of the sword. Also gives us chum blockers and messes with the opponent's graveyard. Hey, nice Drytron monsters you got over there. Triple Widow Anchor, you know where this is going. 1 copy of the multi-roll, and 1 Terraforming. Then we have triple copies of Conch for the pop. Triple copies of Scarlet for the special summon. Only 2 Hugwero. You know, this card does what Hugwero does. And, you know, we play 5 of them, essentially. Triple copies of Ice Dragon Prison. This is bonkers in here. And triple copies of Solemn Strike. Down in the extract, we have 1 Zeke, triple Shishiku, the 1 Kaina, the triple Kagari, the triple Hayate, with the 1 Phoenix, the 1 Soldier of Chaos, the 1 Access Code, and the 1 Sky Thunder. Side deck here, we have triple Cycle Reader. Hey, did you know that this card says you can banish this card from your graveyard to add to your hand 1 Dark Machine monster that is banished or in your deck? We can search for Cycle Reader off of this. We can drop it off the Foolish Barrel Goods. Wow. We have 1 Pankratops, triple Testicle, 2 copies of the Foolish Barrel so we can drop the Crescendo, 1 copy of Feather Duster, 1 Raigeki, and triple copies of Mischief of the Gnomes. Reduce the level of all monsters in each player's hand by 1. Even after they are special summoned, you can banish this card from the graveyard, reduce the level of all monsters in each player's hand by 1. Huh. Does that mean that virtual worlds get messed up by this? Uh-huh. And one spicy crescendo, because we want to search for the Cycle Reader, because our Drytron matchup is butt. So that is all I got for this 800 IQ geniusry here. Please leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys are, of course, subscribed so you don't miss out on more excellent content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day for some more cool content. All right, guys, peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.